Let you find out
Mhm.
tomorrow that somebody you really love was raped or murdered by somebody or, victimized by somebody. I don't think you for 1 second would care what they gonna eat when they get to jail. I don't think you for one
Mm.
second would care if they.
No, I mean I wouldn't, but that don't mean he can't because he gonna be going through it. Once I saw like, okay, this is how you survive, and I was like, okay, I ain't gotta worry about getting stabbed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got it. I figured it out.
So let's get into the whole ethics of like prisoner, like how prisoners are treated, right? Um
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is what I believe, and you'll tell me like if you agree or disagree. We can start here, but I believe ethically, like there's a social contract that we all have in society. Whereas, like, in order for me to enjoy some of the rights and benefits that I get by living in a society with you, we all have to have some kind of agreement on social norms. And when I
Mm-hmm.
violate those social norms, then I have basically severed my ties to society. I've basically violated the contractual agreement between me and the rest of the members of our society. Like
Yeah.
I agree not to murder you if you agree not to murder me. And if I decide to murder you, then society can remove me from society because I'm no longer playing by the same rules as the rest of society.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's called a justice system.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
when I hear prisoners say like, "Oh, they're treating us unfairly" or "they're doing these things," um, I can see how some things can be inhumane. But on the other
Yeah.
hand, I
There's a
do
right
believe
way to administer justice, though. Like,
based
you know
on
what I'm
who
saying?
should the prisoner get to decide what's justice, or should the people
No,
who
but you know
implement
what?
justice?
Just how in society we agree what a norm is. Like in jail, it's a smaller ecosystem, but they agree on what they think is right. Like the quality of food. Like, yeah, this is going into my body. I think I should have some say so. You feel me?
I
Like
don't
because
know. I
again,
don't. I
like
don't know.
I mean,
Like,
but I don't know. So it's like nah, bro. Like, so you mean to tell me you're gonna write a law and expect me to abide by it? And if I break it, this is the punishment. But yet,
yeah.
there's also a law that tells you how you're supposed to treat me while I'm here, and you don't have to abide by it. Like, but
No,
you
of
punish.
course, of
No, but
course,
that's that's
but
that's what it boils down to, though.
yeah,
That's
but
what it
there
boils
are
down
no
to.
laws that says that you have to eat a certain type of meal while you're locked up. Like if I decide that, for example, there are people who are transgender and they become transgender while they're incarcerated. Now
Hmm.
that you have a guy who's now saying that I identify as a woman,
Hmm.
there is no law that says that when a man decides that he wants to be treated a certain way, if he's a prisoner, that he must be treated a certain way. Now, you should my opinion is you should have thought about that before you violated your contract with society. You should have thought about that before you went out and victimized somebody.
Yeah, I don't know. Bruh, I was in prison, so I don't. A lot, and I'm just this kind of person. This is just I can't say I can't speak for no one else, but again, in my heart of hearts, fam, yeah, I was guilty. So I'm gonna deal with what is going on.
Yeah,
Plus, I'm a chameleon, so I know how to make my situation the best anyway. Like I
yeah,
told you,
like
my escape was making liquor. So like I just knew this. If I didn't like the meal, I can get on one of these religious things and get proper food. Bottom line.
yeah,
Why I'ma complain when there's a solution? Like,
yeah,
no, I got on I became a messianic Judas, if you will,
yeah.
and got on the diet, and it was like that's how I lived, and you know what I'm
This the
saying?
this the
So
reason I bring this up is because a lot of times because I've been on the other side where I've been the guy that's locked up for committing a crime, right?
mhm,
One thing my dad used to tell me all the time was, if you go out and commit a crime, of course I want you to go to jail. I want you to be locked up. I want you to be removed from society.
yeah,
Um, and I never understood it until later on in life. At first, I was like, God damn, pops, you 12, you 5-0, like you a pig. You know what I'm saying? Like you snitching, like you lame for
nah,
that. That's how I felt at 14. I'm like, you lame, bro.
yeah,
What you mean? Now,
wow,
but I had to learn to put myself in the position of the victim.
mm,
Like right now, we could talk about where we want prisoners to be treated humanely and all that. Let you find out
mhm,
tomorrow that somebody you really love was raped or murdered by somebody or, victimized by somebody. I don't think you for 1 second would care what they gonna eat when they get to jail. I don't think you for 1
Mm.
second would care if they.
No, I mean I wouldn't, but that don't mean he can't because he gonna be going through it. That's the thing. Like
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Like again, I'm gonna be too consumed with missing my loved one. You feel me? Like I
yeah,
ain't got time to be. Nah, I'm not on it like that. But as a person, like, but it mattered to me when I was there. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
But that I didn't complain either. Like I
Yeah, but you
learned, yeah.
particularly, but
You see what I'm
there,
saying? Like,
yeah. But sometimes
but
I
the
feel like
people
when
who do
people,
the people who do though, it's still their right, bro. Like if they don't like something, I think it's any human being's right to say, you know what I'm saying, like what to be able to say he don't like how he's getting treated. Bottom line, it
should
doesn't
we?
mean that people gonna listen, but you feel
Yeah,
me?
sure.
Yeah, like it don't mean that, but like he still you can't can you stop him? You can't stop nobody from complaining about this situation.
No, but
You know what I'm saying?
I was mainly asking you now that you're on the other side. Like, I don't
Oh,
know. Yeah, now that you're on the other side, and like, if people were to ask you, like, how do you think prisoners should be treated? And like, if tomorrow you could make the rules of prison, and you could decide how prisons would be ran,
well, yeah,
yeah,
I would, yeah, if I could do that, like I would change it to where it's yeah, I think I really might want it from to switch it from a punitive aspect to
rehabilitation, like,
yeah, really hone in on rehabilitation because they call it, they say it's designed to rehabilitate you, but when you look at the psychology behind how it's constructed,
it's
the
really meant to
coloring of the
punish you
walls,
and to take
everything,
advantage of you.
it's yeah, the color on the walls means something. Like the lighting, the 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 size of the cell, all of that is by design. So we know that part.
Yeah,
Like, but I would, yeah, I really would, and so as it is now, you got to basically figure out a way to rehabilitate yourself. That was my experience.
yeah,
Like I
it's pretty much
knew
designed
I
that way.
I knew when I got in there, I was like, okay. Once I saw like, okay, this is how you survive, and I was like, okay, I ain't got to worry about getting stabbed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got it. I figured it out. Yeah, like for real. No, I'm for real, bro. Like
I feel you.
once you get there in the bed, it's like, okay, then you can start. Now I can start I can pick apart what's what and who's who. Like,
Yeah,
all right, this is okay. That okay. Whoop, he got knocked off. That you don't do that. All right, you know what I'm saying. That you can pinpoint and you just realize. And like I say, it just give you that that idea that you can just start analyzing stuff now. This is when I
yeah,
started to like make myself better. This is like I'm like, okay, I already know I'm separate. I separated myself from the people here now. Like I already put myself in a class, if you will. Like again, everybody don't get respect from the yard and the staff at the same time. Like you see what I'm saying?
yeah.
So you got
You
those
got
are
to
the
maneuver.
politics. Those you
Yeah,
got to maneuver in a way to where they see you like, and that was the thing. So mine was making wine. Like that was how because they was like, how the world this dude come up with this? He
I
got
got a
five
question
gallons
about that
every
too
other
when you get
day.
it when we're done.
Yeah, like, but for real, like it's like he got 5 gallons. You know what I'm saying? Every other day, he don't miss. Like I ain't never threw up from like they just shook him down. They shook him down. They got some orange juices and he put 5 gallons out the next day on the yard. Like how you know what I'm saying? It's that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
yeah.
like that kind of stuff for me.
Do you have you ever
But
made any since you've been out like you used to?
yeah, of course. Yeah, like yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
my thing was I made it a bunch of different ways. Like, but the first way I learned was oranges. Like I use oranges,
Don't tell
candy,
me your
soda.
secret though.
Nah,
But
it's not a secret. It's science. Like,
there's a guy that has a jailhouse cookbook where like he has all the different jailhouse recipes in it. Man,
yeah.
you should definitely reach out to him and see if he can get your wine recipe in there. That get you some money.
We can talk about it. Like, but for real, like I don't, you know, it's
Yeah.
all science, bro. Like, but yeah, that's something. If you know him though, if you know the dude, like give me his info. See what we talk about. I get you a finder's fee. I get you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, get you a finder's fee. You know, we all. But nah, bro.